Welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us for our Thanksgiving series. Today we are doing Thanksgiving sides with Annie.
Hello.
Hey, I bet you guys missed us, right?
Just a little bit.
I
missed you.
Well, I get to see you at least when
I
come
know.
to visit you.
You do come visit. I appreciate that.
I love that. Today we are going to be making some amazing sides. Annie, what are we making today?
So today, I thought I would do it a little different because a lot of the times with Thanksgiving, people have sides and it's very traditional sides. So I'm going to do our harvest salad as a side, which I think is a nice way to start a Thanksgiving dinner rather than just have all these heavy dips and then go right into mashed potatoes and squash and pearled onions. Maybe have a nice little palate cleanser like a fall or harvest salad as we call it at our cafe. So
lucky you guys.
Yes. I will say this is honestly, we've done these harvest salads for many years through each season, but this has been one of the most popular ones we've ever done. So I'm going to teach you how to make the homemade dressing, which is really wonderful, and it makes the salad. It's an apple cider vinaigrette, and then I'm just going to show you how to assemble it and go over some things that you can do to kind of make your salad a little bit more special.
I love it.
Yep. So all right, so Maria, I'm going to have you help with the dressing.
Okay.
It's a very basic dressing, but it's important that you kind of whisk it up and mix it up real good, because that's what makes it. So it's an apple cider vinegar dressing. We're going to start, we have apple cider vinegar. We have a blend of canola and olive oil. Make sure you use olive or extra virgin olive oil. And then we have a blend of maple syrup and honey. And then we have some shallots. So I'm just going to put a little bit of shallots.
So do you want me to put gloves on?
You can. You're just going to be whisking it up, so you'll be okay.
I'm not touching the food, guys.
She's not touching. Oh, and then we have fresh squeezed lemon juice, which is very important. Don't substitute and use jarred lemon juice. Did I get you, Maria?
No, we're good.
No?
We're good. We have shoes on.
Oh, yeah, you do have shoes on. Shoes are required at the library.
Right, good thing, right?
Let me have that.
We're not living in the Flintstones age.
No. Oh, and if someone has the tongs from the library, we need them back. Maria just told me that.
Yeah, we just discovered that our tongs are gone, but Okay.
So I put everything right into the bowl, and we're gonna whisk it up. We're creating, like what we did in our last cooking show, an emulsion. So you really wanna whisk up the lemon juice with the cider vinegar and the oils and all the sweeteners, the honey and the maple syrup. So this is a nice dressing, honestly, because it's very simple, very pure.
Oh my gosh, it smells amazing.
Yep, you can add a little, I usually add a little black pepper, just to give it a little bit of kick. So while she's whisking that up, I'm gonna go over the harvest salad. We always start with nice fresh greens. There's tons of different types of greens you can get in the grocery store now. These are from Leaf Farm. They're local, right in Loudon, so you know they're gonna be really fresh. There's also other different types of packaged leaf greens. I like the Leaf Farm greens because they have nice vitality, they sit up really nice, they hold the dressings and the ingredients well. So make sure if you're gonna do any other type of lettuce or green, make sure it's a nice durable green.
Yeah, and you're supporting a local farm.
Exactly. So just a few basic ingredients that we're gonna add. We have some nice Granny Smith apples. You can use local, these are what we have in the cafe, but you can use like local apples from Smith Orchards or somewhere here in town if you like.
I'm getting good exercise here.
Yeah, give us a little flex. We have some fresh grated carrots. We have some dried craisins, which everyone loves. And then we have two key ingredients I'm just gonna go over. So these are maple pecans. I remember when I first started catering and really cooking on my own, I thought I really had to know how to make a candied nut. So I would read about it, and I'd do it with egg whites and do this, and then finally I realized, it was so much time, I realized the easiest way to do it is to just start with good whole nuts, coat them with maple syrup, and roast them, and that's it.
Stop it.
These, try this, it's really good.
Really?
It's just a maple pecan. So we use dark amber maple syrup, and we just coat the pecans with it. Obviously don't over toast them, but it definitely makes a difference. So, and if you don't like pecans, you can do walnuts. If you don't want a sweetener on your nut, you can do sunflower seeds. Pumpkin seeds are nice, but
you know
it
what I
definitely
like about
adds.
this? It's not like sweet where it hurts your teeth.
No, maple syrup, nice and gentle. Yep. And now the next thing that's really nice that we do, and you can do this at home, most people do have butternut squash that they mash up, and you serve it, with your traditional Thanksgiving fixings. But this butternut squash is nice, even if you just have like a little tail end. And we cut it up almost into like the size of ice cube bubble gum, one of my favorites. But we cut it up into little squares. You can kind of see, I hope. And then we roast that up. So while you're roasting up your pecans or whatever nut you want, we also roast up the squash. it's really important with the squash. This is what kind of makes the salad too. We've roasted up with a little fresh rosemary. So any kind of herb that you might like, you could use thyme, you could use rosemary,
What's your favorite?
some flat leaf parsley, but we just roasted up with a little olive oil, salt and pepper, and fresh rosemary. So
Keep it simple.
You wouldn't think it, but you really do get that flavor of the rosemary in the butternut squash. So as you can see, this is our harvest salad. I didn't bring the cheese because not everybody likes blue cheese, but sometimes people at the cafe, we do serve it with blue cheese. Some people may like it with the cheese on the side. There's, so many variations because everyone's different. So how's it looking?
I don't know, you tell me.
That looks pretty good.
Yeah, should I mix it some more?
No, I think it's good.
Right.
We're just gonna ladle a little bit on here.
I'm gonna bring this over so that you can see the consistency here. It's emulsified, which means that it's just gonna be thicker, not as liquidy.
And now you can see, I've got my handmade tongs, aka my hands.
It works.
Works great. And that is our salad. That's our harvest salad. So you could pre-plate this if you had a group coming to your house for Thanksgiving. Maybe that would be the starter for the dinner. When I was a kid, we always started our Thanksgiving with a little tiny fruit cup with a little sorbet. Oh, so I think it's nice to have a little palate cleanser. So that's why I thought maybe this would be nice. So I do have some of that.
What was your favorite dish at Thanksgiving?
I love that. I love the fresh fruit with the sorbet, honestly. And I absolutely loved pearled onions. I still have them every year.
The pearled onions.
I love pearled onions. Yep. And I have to say, I try to make them from scratch with like the homemade white sauce and everything, but I really just like pearled onions with cream of celery, Campbell's cream of celery soup. And a little bit of breadcrumbs. Yeah. But they're my favorite. I know that's weird. That and pecan pie. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
So here, I'm just gonna give you a little bit of this so you can try. So this is called a harvest salad, but it is very good. I don't know if you've ever had this.
Okay, do you guys see this tasting plate she's giving me? It's like a meal.
Oh, it's not heavy.
Oh, I love it. Thank you.
There you go.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab some fresh gloves while you try that.
Yes, moment of truth. All right, let's see. All right, we gotta get a nut in here.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
What do you mean? We are nuts. Isn't that good? The fresh dressing.
Sorry guys, I wish you were here. But you can make it for your Thanksgiving.
You can make it for your Thanksgiving.
Or make my dinner.
So even once you've made, you can see we made a pretty good size amount of this vinaigrette or this apple cider vinaigrette. You can always save that like in a mason jar. Just put it in your fridge, and then when you want to use it, just give it a good shake. Another nice addition if you want to use something like that for different purposes, maybe you add some fresh dill to it, and then you could use that over like a piece of grilled salmon or anything.
That is nice suggestion.
Yeah, that would be very good.
Wow, I never thought of that dill.
Yeah.
Another so right?
Oh yeah. Another thing too, like I know Thanksgiving people tend to have a lot of leftovers. This would be a great salad. Maybe you want to go on a hike, or you want to, you get a lot of people coming. You make some fresh turkey sandwiches that you wrap up with some of the harvest salad in it, like a harvest turkey wrap. People would enjoy something like that. So yeah, there's always a purpose for all the leftovers. Yeah. So that is a nice starter rather than kind of just go right from, all the heavy hors d'oeuvres, the chips, the dip, and then you go right into the heavy meal. It's nice to give yourself a little cleanse of some sort.
When you have all that heavy stuff, it's like, do you even have room when the meal comes?
We find room. We find room.
You just rest a little bit.
It never stops, and then you go to dessert. So.
Okay, so is it in your house you have like a second sitting down, like you let it go down and then you go back in?
Well, I think that's usually after you've had dessert and then you sit on the couch for an hour or so.
Right,
and then,
fall asleep, take a
and then,
nap.
or you fall asleep and then you wake up. You always fall asleep on the couch and wake up hungry.
Yeah, I think it's just a thing at Thanksgiving. You have to do it.
Last night I ran into my boyfriend at the fridge. We were both getting a snack. We were like two little blind mice.
Oh my gosh, how cute is that?
I said, whoa. What are you doing here? Yeah, so
movie.
You always wake up on the couch and need a little snack. So if you wake up on the couch, you have this in a jar, you can shake it up, maybe pour a little over your turkey or your mashed potatoes or whatever. Quick little snack, get back to bed.
Yeah, that is perfect. My husband is half Italian, and it really is like a big fat Italian Sunday every Sunday. It's Thanksgiving every Sunday.
Oh yeah, so
right?
You start with what's your course order? How do you go?
So my mother-in-law, like no kidding, at like 10 a.m. will have like shrimp ready to go, and the big like from the Italian deli with mozzarella and the prosciutto and then like all the amazing Italian breads and like bread. Oh my gosh, I mean and then of course you have to have the fresh bakery items. So you know it's like brunch almost, but at like 10 a.m. and if you're not there on time, it's like oh my gosh, but it literally is. It is one of my best memories.
You start early.
Oh, we start, but we go all day. You go all day. Then you have your traditional Thanksgiving. And
my gosh! Wow.
And let me tell you, in the Italian household, and maybe you're all the same too, right? Maybe it's just not just an Italian household. It's not like you have a few pies. You have like 2 to 3 tables of everything. It's. Gosh, you know, I should probably take a picture and show you.
We're all coming to your house, your relatives' house.
No, that was my mother-in-law's house, right? No, let's travel to New York, let's go.
Oh, yeah.
Mama, we're coming over.
Ooh, New York, I love New York. I love the parade.
Beautiful.
So the next thing I'm going to show you is dessert, speaking of which. So when I first started, baking, I worked for a whole grains bakery in Colorado, in Fort Collins, Colorado. And my boss is this wonderful woman named Wendy, and we would make all kinds of pies for Thanksgiving, but we would make this one pie called a pumpkin pecan pie, which I thought was just great because I don't like pumpkin pie. I think it's kind of boring. I'm sorry, everybody.
She hurt my heart.
I'd rather have pecan pie or chocolate cream pie, so this is kind of a twist on a traditional pumpkin pie for people that are like me and maybe they don't like straight pumpkin pie, even though it's okay if you put a lot of whipped cream on. Yeah, you put a lot of whipped cream on it. So I'm going to show you how to I brought a finished product here. This is a pumpkin pecan streusel pie. Again, with the nuts, you can substitute if you have a pecan allergy. You could do walnuts, you could do cashews, you could do almonds, whatever you like. But I'm going to show you how to make a streusel, which a lot of people I find they just get a little intimidated by, and it's really not that hard. So I'm going to teach you how to do it. So we made a basic, or good, but just your basic.
That does not look basic.
Pumpkin pie, yeah. Which actually, there's a great recipe on the back of the Libby's pumpkin, or the canned pumpkin. They have a nice recipe right on the back if you're looking for a pumpkin pie recipe. So we made a pumpkin pie. We filled it in an unbaked shell, and then we baked it. And about 20 minutes in, 30 minutes in, we topped it with this wonderful streusel, and that gave it the opportunity to bake in together. So this is a really great pie for people who may not like pumpkin pie. So I'm going to teach you how to make the streusel here. This is a very basic streusel, and again, you could do this for anything. If you're going to make homemade apple crisp, you could use a streusel like this.
Oh,
if you have, maybe you have leftover butternut squash from Thanksgiving, you have some of the streusel left, you could take some of that butternut squash, crack an egg or 2 in, put it in a casserole pan, top it with some streusel, put it in the oven, you get a butternut squash pecan bake.
You're putting the egg in
the butternut squash to give it a little lift.
We're learning all sorts of things today.
Yeah, but if you wanted to make like a little butternut squash gratin or something of that nature, so it was like a bake. Ways you can kind of use up all those leftovers.
Guys, you guys are so lucky that you're watching today because we're getting all the tips.
Here's a few of the tips.
I love it.
So this is a streusel mixture. I kind of pre-mixed some of the ingredients for us. We have a cup of oats. We have, let me make sure, a cup of brown sugar, ½ cup of flour, 1½ cups of pecans, and some cinnamon in the middle. I usually like to have my butter a little bit warm. I kind of over melted it a little bit. I will tell you, when I do this at home or in the cafe with my clean hands, I like to use my fingers because you can really feel the texture better than with the gloves, but we're going to keep it real here.
Most great chefs do like to feel and smell their food. Like my mother-in-law, again, I guess, I have her on my mind today.
That's okay.
She smells the sauce.
Yeah.
I know some of you say gravy. I call it sauce or meat sauce.
Yep.
And she can tell by the smell if she put enough garlic or needs a little pinch of sugar. I mean, it's magical.
She's been practicing. That's good.
Oh, she's a great cook.
So to all these dry ingredients, I'm going to add the butter. And again, if you have butter, this is a ½ cup of butter, but if you have some nice butter that's been on the counter, like a stick of butter, that is perfect.
Woo, look at this.
Now, one of the techniques I learned a long time ago, but when you're making a streusel or even like a dough, a pie dough or things, it's very easy for people to go like this.
Okay, so don't press.
Don't press down. You want to, well, this is what we're doing this time of year, we're raking. So think about it as your hands are like a rake and they're going up. Kind of like, you know, when you get hair.
This is fabulous. She's doing like a crisscross, okay? She's going this way and then this way.
But it makes it a nice streusel. It comes together nice. You want,
It looks amazing.
you want everything to be coated really nice. I know. See how this would be good if you wanted to make like a little, or a sweet potato pie.
Seriously, that could go in like my overnight oats.
Take your leftover sweet potato, put it in a pie shell, and put this on top. You got sweet potato pie.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah. Oh, this would be great. So yeah, you can see how that's all coated, because what happens is all that butter and flour and sugar coats around the nuts, and then when it bakes in the oven in the pie, it all goes in.
You do know I want to go home now and like do like an apple crisp doing this.
This would be a great, yeah. And if you don't want to use the nuts, just increase the oats.
There you go.
Yeah. All right. So that is our pumpkin pecan pie streusel. So remember, you're going to make a homemade pumpkin pie, or however you make it with a, you know, a frozen pie shell and the Libby can pie mix. You're going to bake it for about 25 minutes in the oven, just till it's just about set. Pumpkin pies are kind of funny. They'll set along the outside, and then kind of the middle comes last. So as you see that outer perimeter start to set, I'd say that's like what, 2 inches around. That's when you want to put your streusel on top, and then put it back in the oven for about another 20 minutes till you get that nice toasty streusel.
So here's a really silly question.
Yeah, there's no silly questions.
No. How about for the people who like to do semi-homemade? Can you do this from a store-bought pie?
That would be hard, because you want to catch the pumpkin pie partway through the cooking process.
Yeah.
If you wanted to, you know, you could, it just may dry your pie out a little bit more.
Yeah.
You may want, if you want to try this, and I've never done it with the already baked pie, but I would suggest maybe turn your oven up to like 375, and then take your pre-bought pie, put your streusel on it, and put it in for just like 15 minutes.
Or maybe a frozen one.
Yeah.
Because that one still needs to cook.
Yeah, right? I guess, yeah. They have frozen pumpkin pies? I didn't know that.
Clearly, she has never done the cheater's way of baking.
No, I mean, we all cheat in different ways in our life, but I've never had a frozen pumpkin pie. Not when I can make this.
No. If you're Annie, you don't have a frozen pumpkin pie. But
we do have tater tots in my house.
See, that is something I don't have in my house.
Oh, Maria. Those are the best. Tater tots with ketchup.
Oh my gosh, that's so
All
funny.
right.
That brings me back to like middle school or elementary school tater tots.
Oh, now the only thing missing, I feel bad, I forgot my whipped cream. I will say, honestly, pie is great with homemade whipped cream.
Okay.
So
Homemade whipped cream,
make
yes.
yourself a little homemade whipped cream, like what Maria was doing with that Whisk. You're gonna do that with heavy cream and sugar, and just do it. Just, you know, say the alphabet 10 times, keep doing it, and then when you get tired, have a kid do the rest.
Now, if you have a KitchenAid at home, can you just do that there real
with
quick,
a KitchenAid, you just want to make sure you use that. It's called the balloon whisk. It looks like a
Okay.
balloon. It's big.
Okay, yep.
KitchenAids, they have the paddle.
Yes, and then the one that looks like a big whisk.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's called the balloon whisk, and you use that. And then always with whipped cream, fresh whipped cream, when you make it, make sure you chill your bowl first.
Oh,
And
good
chill that balloon whisk. So put your bowl and the whisk together, put in your fridge or in your freezer, and then when it comes out, put your heavy whipping cream. And then I usually use powdered sugar, so like a quarter cup of powdered sugar to a pint of heavy whipping cream, and then just whip it up. But when you start with a cold bowl and a cold whisk, it helps it go even better.
That's
and
amazing.
it comes up together. And then just kind of keep an eye on it. You want it to kind of create, they call it stiff peaks, which kind of like if you think of waves at the ocean, there's flat waves, there's rolling waves, there's stiff peak waves that kind of look like that. So you want to go for that stiff peak.
Like I said, you guys are lucky. This is really, truly a cooking lesson. I love it. I love it. Hey guys, if you don't have a stand-up mixer for your holiday baking pleasure, we have one here. So get your name on it, borrow it. You can borrow it up to a week.
That's nice.
Oh no,
really?
it's so. For those of you who still have apples left over from your apple picking, no kidding, with our stand-up KitchenAid, we have a spiralizer upstairs. Now, I own one at home.
Wait, can I borrow that?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Oh, that's so nice. You
it's
loan
amazing.
equipment out for people?
You have no idea how amazing it is. This spiralizer, you put the apple on it, and it cores it for you, and it goes.
Does it go like this?
And now it does have a function where it slices it for you. For my baking needs, I find them to be a little too thin. But my 9-year-old does all the apples. Like, we've done apple crisp on a weeknight, okay? Which is not, normally it's just peeling the apples. It's like, no.
Peeling
so
apples
easy.
is a lot.
No, so my 9-year-old does, he pops the apple right in, done. And
Oh,
then,
wow.
you know, oh my gosh, it's amazing. It's a lot of fun. And, you know, with your Guilford library card, it's free to borrow. Like, why not?
So you rent out appliances, you rent
Yeah.
out books, you rent out magazines,
Yeah.
CDs.
CDs, you have online movies that you can go right online through
I need to spend more time here.
It's amazing. And we even have, like, we had a kit, one of our most popular, I call them hobby kits, to view the stars. We have a telescope that's like, I feel like it's like NASA worthy. It's amazing. We have a cricket for your holiday invites or your Christmas cards. We have a cricket machine.
Yes, because that comes after Thanksgiving. We all have to start thinking about Christmas.
Right, I thought
Or
about
holidays.
decorating. Not for nothing, I thought about putting up my tree.
Really?
I know, right?
Just keep thinking about it, Maria. Keep thinking about
My
it.
kid said no, we need to have turkey first.
Have your Thanksgiving
How about
first.
you? Do you ever have like that?
My Christmas tree usually goes up on the 24th.
All right. Oh gosh.
No, we do. We
Did you
do
leave it up to
decorate.
like February?
No, not well, you know. But
Sometimes.
the Feast of the Epiphany, technically, you're supposed to go through January, you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, you're looking at a Catholic school, girl.
All right, there you go. There you have it. All right.
So, all right, let's try our little pie here.
Okay.
We're
I'm
giving
getting
thanks.
spoiled today.
Oh, this looks good. I'm telling you,
Maybe
this is the
anything
only
you
way
make
to
is
have
amazing.
pumpkin pie.
All right, let's see.
It's still warm. My baker baked it at the end of the
Oh
day.
my God.
Isn't that good? A little bit of, the oats have that nice little cinnamon brown sugar coating. But that, seriously, that streusel I taught you how to make, that's a fabulous streusel that you can use for apple crisp.
All right, guys, I'm gonna be very honest. I normally don't love nuts in my baked goods. This is, and I'm dead serious,
I know.
one of the best pies I have ever had.
I
Oh
told
my
you.
word.
It's the only way to have pumpkin pie. And maybe some refresh whipped cream.
So you know, my dad is definitely gonna like fall in love with you now. Sorry, boyfriend. Amazing.
We love Gary.
Oh, hey, Gary.
This is wonderful. So if you want to do another thing too, I have people sometimes they'll say, can you make my pie drunken? So you could always too, if you wanted to step it up one more notch, you could put a little brandy, a little cognac in your base of your pumpkin pie mix, and then you can make a drunken pumpkin pecan
Stop
pie.
it. How much of that do you put in it though? Like I wouldn't even know how to do that.
For a pie this size, I usually do a quarter cup.
Okay, just like a very little, just for the taste.
You know what it is? A lot of it, it's the smell.
Okay.
Sometimes when I put it in, I'll go, I hate to say it, you want to smell that booze, because then when it goes in the oven, it kind of just all simmers down. But it's very good. Like a brandy in here, or cognac, oh, it's delicious.
I personally don't think you need anything.
Isn't this delicious?
Hands down, one of the best pies I've ever had.
It's a good pumpkin pie. Yeah, it's very good.
You all need to make this like
Enjoy
right
it.
now. Go out and get the ingredients like right now. My gosh,
That
thank you
is-
so much.
That is delicious. So Maria, what are you grateful for this year?
I'm grateful for health.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for my family and friends, and really like health, having the people that I still have around.
Yeah.
Around.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you?
I think that's a big thing for me too, is my health. And I find like I have children that are older and yours are young still, but I think the more you go through life, the more you just kind of learn to slow down and realize that you're just grateful for each day and
Yeah.
for the time that you have and for opportunities to do things like this, or just to have someone come by and smile. Like just
Yeah, I know.
grateful for people around, and you know, the opportunity to be kind and loving, and
Tis the
just,
season.
yeah, just really be grateful for the basics, and then the big things will be big. But just remember to be grateful for all those little things we have in life.
Now, I've taken to, and I don't do it every day, but I should. I was doing it every day for a while, and sometimes I forget. But a gratitude journal. Do you do one?
I know, but I just try to like when my head starts to spin a little, I just kind of try to recenter and say, break it down. Just be grateful, like really what's important.
That's right.
Yeah,
Did you
but
guys
that is
know
helpful.
that even small things that you're grateful for? So I do keep a gratitude journal. It's just really simple. It doesn't need to be like a mile long. 5 things that you're grateful for. And I'll be honest, I would say I'm so grateful for the warmth of my bed in the morning. I'm grateful for this cup of coffee. I'm grateful for this dog that's wagging his tail next to me. I'm grateful for morning hugs. It could be anything, but really that
No,
being
it's
grateful
true.
for the smallest thing automatically will help you have a good day.
And it puts a smile on your face.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've been doing that when people come in the cafe. They'll say, "Can I have?" And I'll say, "Only if you give me a smile."
Oh, I love
it
that.
turns it around. It's great to see people go, because I think people are so in their minds and in the news and in what's going on in their day and their life that they forget just to kind of be present and be happy and be grateful and smile. Because it really makes a difference.
It's fantastic.
It makes a difference.
Well, I am truly grateful for you, really.
I'm grateful for you, Maria.
I love it. Guys, seriously, Annie does this from the kindness of her heart. We are grateful to have her.
I do love the library. I think the library is wonderful.
She's been so busy and like a lot of restaurants shortage of staff and everything, and she made it here for us. So we're just so grateful.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us. Remember that this is great. If you don't feel like making this at home, make sure to stop by at Annie's Cafe and Catering right down in Laconia. What's the exact address? I just know how to get there.
It's a straight shot from the library. It's 138 Guilford Ave. We're on the right-hand side just past Pichet's Ski and Sport.
Okay, there you have it.
So it's real easy to get to. We have a new patio, which if the weather keeps
gorgeous.
up, it's really nice. It's very nice. You can come and enjoy a harvest salad or a nice bowl of soup. We have people that just bundle up and sit outside. So they're just grateful to have it.
And they have free cookies on Fridays.
That's right. Every Friday. Friday.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Have a great Thanksgiving.
Bye.
Thank you.